They keep up a bit, but it's never going to be anything totally cutting edge. It's never going to be anything that pushes the envelope because they're trying to appeal to a certain type of shopper. And if you're on this channel, I know that you are wanting to do a little bit better than that. So, hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Simone, and this is Halo Image and Energy Consulting, where we merge the world of personal style and personal development to help women with big dreams get to their next best level in life. And I do that through all things like color analysis, closet edit, personal styling, event styling, corporate talks, all the things. So if you want to learn how to elevate your style, to evolve your story, then just keep watching. So today, you guys, we are jumping into the third installment of the How to Always Look series. Today, we're going to be talking all about how to always look current and modernized, but not trendy, right? Like we don't want to look outdated as time goes on, as trends are always changing. So I thought it'd be good to kind of dive into how to always look current, especially as a lot of folks are going back into the office 5 days a week, getting out there, networking, doing all these things in person now. Like style from 2025 versus 2020, the last time you were networking in person, has changed. So I think it's a good time to really assess your wardrobe and think about how you can remain current. Because honestly, in terms of like reaching our goals and putting ourselves out there, looking current makes you look more competent. It makes you look more well-versed, more current in the latest trends and the latest technologies, the latest information. So we're going to get into a little bit of the mindset stuff a little bit later as well. But for now, yeah, let's just jump in and be sure to, of course, like and subscribe. I definitely have a goal of reaching my first 1,000 subscribers on this channel for the year, and we're kind of inching up, like getting close. So definitely click the notification bell and like the video. So tip number 1 is going to be avoid department stores. This tip was actually inspired by one of my clients. Hey, Portia girl, if you're watching this. So we had a body typing analysis in home with her recently, and she was kind of chatting with me about like wanting to update her wardrobe and like where she should shop and different kind of stores and things like that. And she mentioned that she actually frequented department stores quite a bit for in-person shopping and wasn't really interested in online shopping. And this is kind of a big point for me, right? Because department stores, if you really think about them, they're these like big box catch-all stores that are designed for everyone. They're designed to call everyone in, which means can they really get down to like any one specific personal style? It's really a broad reaching range of clothing. I highly recommend when we're trying to stay current to follow brands instead of like these big box department stores like Macy's, Dillard's. Nordstrom and Neiman Marcus are a little bit better. They have a little bit more like highbrow, like fashion forward brands. But I would highly recommend maybe walking around different shopping areas or doing some research online and honing in on a handful, maybe 3 to 4 staple stores that you can always go to and that keep up with the times. Like if you think about a Macy's women's section, like they keep up a bit, but it's never going to be anything totally cutting edge. It's never going to be anything that pushes the envelope because they're trying to appeal to a certain type of shopper. And if you're on this channel, I know that you are wanting to do a little bit better than that. So do your research, do the hard bit up front of discovering what kind of stores match your personal style and if those stores are staying current. And then also sometimes you can get like sucked into other sections within the store that are not fitting for you, right? Like a lot of women, especially if you're younger, you're in your 20s and 30s, they find themselves like gravitating towards the junior section. And of course, that's not really going to fit a woman's body. It's not really going to fit a grown woman's style. So of course, you're going to actually end up dating yourself because you're dressing younger than you should be, or something just looks off about what you're wearing. Because like a modernized outfit for a 30-year-old going into the office is not the same as a modernized outfit for someone that's shopping in the juniors section. So avoiding department stores and making the effort to like go to individual stores that are fashion forward, classic, match your personal style, fit your body well. So highly recommend finding your, top 5 brands that you always can go to. And of course, guys, when we're talking about modernizing your look and integrating new pieces and things like that, slow and steady and sustainable really wins the race here. If you try to do too much all at the same time, you could end up veering off into that like overly trendy style, which is probably not what you're going for if you clicked on this video. Again, we're trying to go for current yet authentic at the same time, without just copying every trend, putting on every new thing on your body and saying you're current, because that's really not how that works. I mean, the trend cycles are so incredibly fast that if you just tap into, spring, summer 2025 trend cycle and buy all these new things, you're going to be outdated by next year. You'll have wasted a ton of money, all of that jazz. So again, just trying to slowly be methodical, be intentional about why you're buying new things, shopping secondhand if you want to. A lot of trend cycles, they come back around as well, especially some of those more vintage styles, a nice flared jean or a form-fitting blazer, like things like that are always kind of coming back into style. So you can also shop secondhand for those new pieces that you want to integrate. So tip number 2 is going to be update your accessories. I love this tip because this is one of the quickest and easiest ways to modernize any wardrobe, any base outfit, just by swapping out different accessories. And obviously, I'm sure you guys know this, but just like clothing, hair, and makeup, accessories also change with the times, right? And so in recent times, we've seen really minimalistic jewelry, slinky, tiny chains, tiny little dainty, well, these aren't dainty, but dainty little earrings, very minimalistic. Gold has been huge as well, and kind of that modernized look. We've also seen lots of organic shapes. So that is kind of the look now. And so, for example, a decade ago, you might have seen something more like this in a watch, bigger, chunkier, more standout-ish. This is like very like 2010s vibe. But these days, we definitely see a more dainty, simple, clean type of option. So this is just like a comparison for watches, but as you can see, like the two styles are very different, and this is definitely the more modern option, which is actually interesting because I thrifted this watch. So like I was saying earlier, all the different trend cycles, they kind of come back around. Like things that are truly timeless will definitely come back around. So you can definitely thrift some options that fit more into the current modernized aesthetic. So a simple swap like this with a basic jeans, t-shirt, heel, jeans, t-shirt, boot, and like a, that modern slick back bun, that kind of changes things from a more dated look, right? And so something as simple as accessories can really take things to a different direction very easily. And even more than jewelry, I think shoes are a huge indicator of whether you're truly current and modernized, and they can really, really date your outfit, right? This is not such a stark example, but just to show you kind of what I mean, something like this, pretty high heel, it's very classic shoe, to be honest. But when we compare it to something like this, which is, definitely more current, more on trend, we have actually 3 different trends working all at the same time in this one shoe. But at the same time, you could wear this shoe forever. But right now, obviously, the kitten heel has been super popular. That's one trendy, like modernized point. The slingback has also been extremely popular. And then we have the strappy element across the toe here, which has been very popular as well for lots of like slingbacks and kitten heels and even flats. We've seen a lot of strappy elements. So this shoe, it's a classic patent leather pump, but it has some modern elements that just take your outfit to the next level, make it a little more interesting, make it a little more current, as opposed to, something like this, which is 100% classic, don't get me wrong, but it has a bit more of that like 2015 vibe, right? Like this is classic, or this is like early 2010s, mid 2010s, whereas this is definitely today cool girl, modern, but not overly trendy. An overly trendy version of a shoe might be Balenciaga sock boot, or those, big chunky fold over boots that are honestly very cute, but are you going to wear that 2 years from now? Are you really going to get a lot of use out of those hyper trendy items? No. And they're probably not even within your authentic style and that type of thing. So again, we can go, dated with something like this. Then we go somewhere in the middle like this, where it's like classic, but there are elements of modernized fashion to it, helping to elevate you, helping you to look more current, more competent, and, better at what you do. That's the halo effect, right? Like that's what we're using that to our advantage when we dress in a way that helps elevate us as people, elevate our status, elevate how people view us, and how we're able to essentially receive only the best and greatest opportunities and treatment based off of how we present ourselves. Another example of outdated versus modernized might be, the classic millennial ankle boot versus something like this, which is, again, still classic in a way. Simple leather boot, but as you can see, there's like a slope to the heel here, which is very interesting, very updated. Again, that kitten heel, right? So we're tapping into that trend as well. But it's still just, a pointy leather boot can be worn at any time without being too trendy. Like you're never gonna look at this and be like, oh my gosh, that's so outrageous. That's so over the top and trendy. It can be worn over time. So just kind of these swaps that help us remain current and relevant. Next, I want to talk about merging classic silhouettes with current styles, and that's going to be tip number 3. Because looking current does not mean abandoning what works best for you. So in terms of personal style, it is always so important to identify exactly what silhouettes work for your body type, and then sticking with that over time, and then finding current styles to kind of overlay over top of what you already know works for you, and kind of merging those two things. For example, I'm barely 5'1", right? So through doing my own body type analysis, through trial and error throughout my entire life, I know that mid and high rise bottoms, jeans, skirts, pants, trousers work best for me. They elongate my legs, they help me look longer, leaner, taller, all of that. So I know that when low-rise jeans come back in the mix, I'm not doing it. And so this is why you kind of have to have some discernment when it comes to modernizing your look and not following every single trend, right? However, low-rise jeans were one trend that you could have tapped into to modernize your look. That didn't work for me. So instead, I looked to other new current styles to tap into instead, like a wide leg jean, a relaxed jean, flares kind of came back, boot cut, that kind of thing. So I tapped into those when we made the shift as a culture from skin tight skinny jeans to a more relaxed fit. Instead of opting for low rise straight leg jeans, I kept with my authentic mid to high rise in the waist, and then ushered in those relaxed fit jeans, those boot cuts, those flares, right? So I'm remaining authentic to my personal style, my body type, while integrating some new current styles. The extreme of that would be going towards the barrel leg jean trend, which was, all over the internet, but I didn't really see that much of that in real life. And so this is what I'm talking about when kind of measuring out remaining current and modern without being overly trendy, because that would be a step too far for me and honestly most people, that barrel leg jean, because it's just a very hyper specific silhouette. does not look good on every body type. It can be very overwhelming. And very similar actually to the maxi skirt situation. We saw maxi skirts in 2022, 2023, 2024 come back in a big way. There were the satin long maxi skirts, there were the white kind of fluffy linen material that we saw over the summer. That was huge. And then we also saw the bubble hem long maxi skirts come back into style as well. So for me personally, again, low rise was something that was proliferating through that trend as well. We even saw super low rise coming back into the picture. And again, like that's not for me. So I found ways to style the trend, which was the maxi skirt, satin or linen or cotton, but do it in a way that works best for me, as you can see here, kind of that high rise belted look instead of the low rise look. And so, if you're someone that kind of wants to participate, wants to level up their personal style, their personal brand, their image, if you're more ambitious, maybe you have your own business, maybe you do speaking engagements, maybe you just want to show up in a more authentic way and look even better while doing it, having a closet edit, a body type analysis is such a huge way to easily level up your style. I love doing it with my clients. I've done them in person, in home. I also do them virtually. I've worked with clients from literally from coast to coast of the United States doing these closet edits online. And it's so much fun. And it's just so, it just really helps you put the pieces together on how you can expand your wardrobe, but also do better with what you already have and learn how to style yourself for your style archetypes and your body type. So link to book that is also in the description. And obviously, you guys, if you're someone that's out there really like making a name for yourself, maybe you make content or you're going for that big promotion and things like that, utilizing your image it's like a tool in the toolbox, right? And so I love just helping women understand how to position themselves. If you don't know, I also work in public relations by day, so it's kind of like a holistic thing. But I love helping people understand how to use fashion as a tool to elevate their competencies and help them stand out in the crowd. And staying current is just one way to do that through your wardrobe. Of course, you should always be, updating your resume and updating your skill set, staying educated, staying teachable, but that also reflects in your clothing. So just think about this example, right? Let's say you have your own business and you are looking to get some expert advice. So you hire a business consultant, right? And this is a local person. You go to their office to have your first meeting with your new business consultant. You're so excited to get their expertise, their knowledge. They should be on the cutting edge, right? You go into the office and you walk in and everything just seems a little old school, a little outdated. Your business consultant walks up, she's excited, you're excited, but she is looking like she's straight out of the 80s, right? She's got the teased bangs, the shoulder pads, the 80s color palette, neon eyeshadow all over the place. She has, decades of experience in the industry, and you know that based off her bio, but based off how she's presenting herself, it's making you feel a little uneasy, right? You are a new business popping up in the year 2025. You're interested in AI, you're interested in online marketing, you're interested in content creation, all these new things that are evolving in our society. And whether this person actually knows about all those cutting edge things or not, her aesthetic is not portraying that. And so now you're over here questioning her, even though her resume, her references, her Google reviews are out of this world. You're only human, and we only can fight our natural urges to make those snap decisions and snap judgments so much. And that's what I'm talking about with the halo effect. We cannot fight that psychological urge to make judgments based off people's appearance. That's just the name of the game. It's unfortunate. It's something annoying that we all have to deal with, but this is why I'm saying using that to your advantage can literally make you money, can literally change your career, because you don't want to be dealing with someone if they're, I don't know, their outset, their aesthetic screams that they're outdated, that they haven't updated their ideals, their skill set, they're stuck in the past, right? So that's what I'm saying with your clothes can also represent your competencies. And now, of course, we're making huge generalizations and judgments based off physical aspects, but again, this is just the name of the game. This is what happens in real life. And if you were to put yourself in that situation and really imagine how you would feel going to get, expert service or advice for your current 2025 business, and you walk in and that person just looks so outdated, how you would feel. It would put you a little bit on guard. You could ask more questions and everything, but sometimes you don't have the opportunity to make, these long drawn out research, expeditions into someone, and you only have time to make that quick judgment. So the point is, just represent yourself well, represent yourself in a way that's modernized and current, because it's going to help you. It's going to make you seem more confident, more sure of yourself, more socially aware to what's going on in the day to day of, our fast paced society. So that's just a little tangent on the halo effect, how it impacts our psychological choices and things like that. So again, just use it to your advantage. We want to be strategic, we want to be well informed, and we want to use what we have to get what we want. Am I wrong? Okay, I think that is it for today, you guys. Let me know what you thought of these tips. If you have more tips for each other about how to remain current with your wardrobe, definitely drop them down in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.